Your salary is being robbed by 30% every single month, and your bank won't send a single alert about it. Let me show you exactly what I mean. There is a guy in Lagos, let's call him Bayo, 27 years old, works in a mid-level finance role at a company on the island, gets a salary alert every 28th of the month, same figure month after month, and every month that same figure buys him just a little bit less than it did the month before. He hasn't been demoted, his company hasn't cut his pay, but something is quietly draining his account before he even opens it. And the terrifying part, the bank sent him 0 alerts. And here is where it gets strange. The government tells you inflation in Nigeria is officially sitting at around 15.69%. That number is published, documented, announced on national television with serious looking graphs. But if you took that 15.69 figure to your local market this week and tried to verify it with the price of garri, tomatoes, yam flour, beef, or a plate of rice, you have a problem. Because those numbers do not match what you are experiencing in real life. And that gap between the official number and your actual experience is not an accident. Here is the part most people don't know. When the government calculates inflation, they use something called the Consumer Price Index. Think of it as a giant imaginary shopping basket. They fill it with a mix of things: clothing, electronics, transportation, food, and they measure how much that basket costs over time. But here is the problem. That basket is theoretical. Your basket is real. You are not buying electronics every month. You are buying food. You are buying fuel for your generator. You are paying for transportation every single day. And when you look at what the official data actually shows in those subcategories, the picture changes dramatically. Food inflation 16.06%, restaurants and hospitality 27.9%, transportation locked at 16%. So when you compound what a real Nigerian person actually spends money on every month, food, transport, rent, utilities, your personal inflation rate isn't 15%, it's closer to 30%. That means for every 100,000 naira your salary account shows, your real purchasing power is operating at roughly 70,000 naira. And nobody announced that to you. Now here is where it gets even more complicated, because this isn't just a local problem. To understand why your yam flour went from 4,500 naira to 8,000 naira in less than a year, you have to follow a chain that starts thousands of kilometers away from your streets. When there is a conflict in the Middle East, energy markets panic, crude oil prices shift, and because the modern global economy runs entirely on fuel, that panic travels at full speed straight to your local markets. Think about every single item in your house right now. The water you drank this morning, the soap you used, the clothes on your body right now. None of those things appeared in your house by magic. They were transported by trucks running on diesel, by logistics companies whose costs went up, by retailers whose electricity bills doubled. And at every single step of that journey, someone added a little extra charge to cover their increased costs. By the time that product reached the shop near your house, it had collected an invisible tax at every checkpoint on its journey. You are not just paying for the item, you are paying for the global fuel crisis, the truck drivers increase diesel costs, the retailers generator fuel, and the exchange rate premium your supplier pay to import the raw materials. Your salary didn't know any of that happened. It stayed exactly the same. But here is the psychological trap that keeps this invisible. Back to Bayo. Last October, his company sent out a circular, 10% salary increase, effective immediately. He was happy, genuinely. He saw the bigger figure on his pay stub and he felt richer. He upgraded his data plan. He started buying shawarma on Fridays again. He felt like he had made progress. He hadn't. When your salary goes up by 10%, but the actual cost of your life goes up by 30%, you did not get a raise. You received a very professionally packaged pay cut. Your bank account number looks bigger. Your purchasing power is smaller. And your brain hardwired to respond to raw numbers, celebrated anyway. Economists call this the nominal illusion, and it is one of the most quietly devastating traps in personal finance, because what happens next is predictable. The person who feels richer starts spending like they are richer. Then they notice mid-month that the money is moving too fast. So they borrow a little, not a lot. Just a quick loan to cover the gap. Buy now, pay later. Soft loans from fintech apps. Credit that feels small until you are paying it back from next month's already shrinking salary. Global financial data shows that in high inflation environments, short-term consumer borrowing surges by over 25%. People use debt to bridge the gap between their income and the actual cost of survival. They aren't reckless, they are trapped. So what do you actually do? Because here is the honest truth about inflation. You cannot save your way out of it. If your money is sitting in a standard savings account earning maybe 4% to 8% interest per year, and real inflation is eating 30% of your purchasing power, you are losing ground while feeling responsible. The gap doesn't close, it widens. The only people who actually maintain their financial position during inflation are not the best savers. They are the people whose money is attached to things that naturally grow as prices grow. Real estate goes up when inflation goes up. Certain stocks go up when inflation goes up. Dollar-denominated assets hold their value while the naira adjusts. If your cash is sitting still, it is actively losing a competition you didn't know you entered. And the second thing, and this one people underestimate, is the value of being irreplaceable. Inflation can destroy a currency. It cannot destroy a person who does something that companies will always pay a premium to get done. If you build a skill rare enough that your employers have to match your rates to keep you, you have a built-in inflation hedge that no economic policy can touch. Bayo eventually figured this out, not by saving harder, not by cutting out Friday shawarma, but by understanding that the system was not designed to protect the purchasing power of people who hold cash. It was designed to reward people who hold assets. You can stay on the wrong side of the equation and work harder every year for less real money. Or you can understand how the system actually works and start making different decisions. Inflation is not going away. The price of garri is not going back to what it was. The question is not whether the silent robbery continues. The question is whether you change your strategy before it takes the next 30%. Be honest. Which item in your life has seen the craziest price jump this year? Drop it in the comments. I want to see what it's actually looking like out there.